this video, we're going to show you how easy it is to manage your nursery products throughout their life cycles. If you haven't done so already, we suggest you watch our video on creating a lot and duplicating it before viewing this one. We're going to work with a lot we already created for kale, red boar, 3.5-inch square that's scheduled to be started in week 13 and ready for sale in week 20. As you can see, the first event in the product's life cycle is a Sew by Machine event that's planned for March 23rd. When we click on the Record Event button, it opens a dialog in which we specify the details of the event. We're going to leave the desired end quantity at 16 products, assign a location, and the section in that location where this lot will begin its production cycle. We save it, and our lot has been put into production. So let's take a look at everything that happened in Sembrent when we recorded this event. The lot status went from planned to germinating. The germinating quantity went from 0 to 24, and that's for the maximum potential of end products if there's 100% survivability. The 288 cell propagation container record shows that one has been pulled from inventory and the quantity on hand has been adjusted accordingly. The red boar kale seed record shows that 288 seeds have been pulled from inventory and its quantity on hand has been adjusted. And finally, the next event has been changed from Sew by Machine on 3/23 to Transplant on 4/13. So now we're going to fast forward to April 13th, the day of our scheduled transplant. We see that the product looks ready for transplant, but just as we expected, not all germinated. So we're going to record a loss. We're declaring the loss from products with a germinating status, and we're going to say the reason was germination. We enter the quantity and save. After saving it, we see that the loss event was added to the list of production events, and that the germinating and loss quantities have been updated in the lot. Now let's record the transplant event. We see that the default information has been filled out for us. Since we don't need to make any changes here, we're just going to save it. When we recorded this transplant event, data in Sembrent was updated in a similar way to when we recorded the Sew by Machine event earlier. The lot status went from germinating to immature. The germinating quantity went from 16 to 0, and the immature quantity changed from 0 to 16. The container, flat, and tag records used in the transplant now show that they've been pulled from inventory for this lot, and their quantities on hand have been adjusted to reflect that. And the next planned event has been changed from transplant on 4/8 to release for sale on 5/11. Now we'll fast forward to the planned release for sale date and record that event. Upon inspecting the product, we decide that 14 are now ready for sale, but the other 2 still need more time to mature. We enter 14, and we see that we're asked for the next release for sale date. Sembrent will do this whenever there's a partial release for sale, so that a new pending release for sale event is scheduled. We're going to give the remaining immature product another week to mature for its new scheduled release for sale. Now let's take a look at everything that happened when we recorded this release for sale. The lot status went from immature to immature, sale ready. The immature quantity went from 16 to 2. The sale ready quantity went from 0 to 14. The next event is a release for sale for the remaining 2 and is scheduled for 5/18. The products in this lot that have been released are now available to add to orders. Be sure to check out our video on orders to learn how easy it is in Sembrent to process orders, create invoices, and even push the invoice data into QuickBooks. Until next time!